Everyone's fun around. My name is Jordan. This video will be for Tuesday's slate for the NBA. We have 6 different games, and I did have someone give their opinion on me just doing the my favorite matchups, and then kind of doing a light overview of the matchups I don't like as much. And I do like that idea. I did a poll out there, and most people, I would say 90% of people, would prefer me to look into the games I think are going to be really good matchups, and then I can lightly go over the other ones. I didn't do that for this slate. Maybe one game here I kind of lightly go over, but I'm glad people pointed that out, because these do take a lot of time. They were taking 3-4 hours just to do a bunch of research. And I see people coming back and they say that they've won a lot of money just based off the things that I've said from the research, not necessarily the things that I throw up on the screen. So I'm glad I have a community and an audience that can see the data and everything, take it all in, make their own bets, and make money. That's how it should be, not just me saying, hey, take this, and then just hope that I go on a hot streak, and then you get mad whenever I miss. So I'm glad that the audience and all of you are the intelligent bettors that are out there. So let's dive into this. You will see images that come up on the screen on both sides. It's from a data app called Outlier. There'll be a link in the description for a 7-day free trial for Outlier. This first game is the Grizzlies at the Knicks. Knicks are 9.5-point favorites. Grizzlies have no new injuries, and the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson is questionable. Grizzlies are 2-8 against the spread in the last 10, and the Knicks are 6-3 against the spread. And all of their wins, all 6 of those hits, have been at home. They will be at home here. So Grizzlies are giving up the 8th most points. Knicks are giving up the 8th least points. Grizzlies are a mess right now. I think the best player for them consistently has been Cedric Coward. You can look at his points. His rebounds is also a sneaky one, but I really don't trust them right here. This could be a blowout spot with a really good Knicks team at home. That are getting healthier and better. So a guy for the Knicks that has kind of woke up off the bench, especially with Mitchell Robinson sitting out. He's been getting more rebounds. Take a look at Josh Hart. So over his last 4 games, he's starting to play like Josh Hart. It's like somebody saw him on the street and said, hey, that's Josh Hart. And he said, what, me? Yeah. And then he looked in the mirror and said, oh my gosh, I am Josh Hart. And then he went and he started playing like Josh Hart again. So he's gone over in the last 4. Grizzlies, like I said, giving up the 8th most points, also giving up the 8th most rebounds. So really good opportunity for him. Hit this in 4 straight. I really like this line. Jalen Brunson's line, his scoring, isn't bad, but he's been distributing the ball a lot more as of late. And all the other scorers, OG, Mikal Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns, all those guys have been kind of off and on. It's hard to choose from them, but I just really like the consistency. Josh Hart's starting to pick up, and we know what he's capable of. So lean here. I'm going to lean the Knicks at home against a Grizzlies team that has a bunch of drama going on. The next one is the Raptors versus the Nets. Raptors are 9.5-point favorites. Raptors, Sandro, I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name, is questionable. And then the Nets, Cam Thomas, will remain out. High blowout potential game. Cam Thomas, the 2 games that he has sat, the Nets have been blown out pretty badly. Raptors are 5-5 against the spread. Nets are 3-7 against the spread. And the Nets give up the 2nd most points to teams. So there's good opportunities here. Raptors give up the 13th most points to teams. So love him or hate him. I'm going to put him on the screen because this is an analysis. This is a data analysis of NBA games. Michael Porter Jr., when Cam Thomas has gone down, so one of those games he went down, he scored 32, and he went down very early in that game. Then he scored 28 and 25. So Michael Porter Jr. points is not a bad look. I know he can go very inconsistent, but they have nobody else that is like near his level of ability to score. So he's going to get a lot of shots up, and that's what you want for a guy you're taking for his points. So Raptors giving up the 12th most points to the small forward position. It's a good matchup for him too. So I do not hate Michael Porter Jr. I know a lot of people have him on their ban list. Keep him banned. That's totally fine. And then for the Raptors, another one, Brandon Ingram's rebounds again that I pointed out. He had a really good matchup before, and he hit it. He's hit this line in 5 straight. Nets are giving up the 4th most rebounds to the small forward position, so good matchup there. And then another one to look at is Emmanuel Quickley's assist. The Nets are giving up the most assists to teams, and he has hit this line in all but 2 games this year, so I like that. And then when it comes to scoring, yeah, I mean, if you want to take advantage of the Raptors going up against this really easy scoring matchup, RJ Barrett has been the most consistent scorer. His line's right at 19.5, right where he's been scoring. Brandon Ingram's at 20.5. Scotty Barnes is at 18.5. Manuel quickly starting to take off a little bit on his scoring. So I would probably look at like maybe RJ Barrett and bump him down a little bit, and then maybe Emmanuel Quickley and bump him down a little bit and make like a parlay just to take advantage of this, or do Quickley, assist and bump a couple of other of these guys down, just to be safe, just in case there's a blowout or something like that. They should have really easy paths to scoring, so it is what it is, but like not all of them are going to hit their line. That's just the way I see it. So you have to be careful picking these Raptors players, because they do have a lot of talent, but they all can score like near 20, get really close in the same game. So it's tough to choose from for them. So lean here is going to be the Raptors on the road. The Nets have shown that they can't keep up right now with Cam Thomas out. So the Raptors do have the firepower to get a blowout. This next one's the Celtics at the Sixers. Sixers are 2.5-point favorites. Celtics, Sam Hauser is probable. Sixers have no new injuries. Celtics are 4-6 against the spread in their last 10, and the Sixers are 8-2 against the spread. They've been great. Celtics are a tough defense. They give up the 4th least points, and then the Sixers are in the middle of the league with points given up. Celtics coming off a tough win on the road versus the Magic. Anthony Simons had 25 points, and they shut him down in the second half. He hit 5 threes in a row in the second quarter. So he can get hot, and the Celtics really don't have many consistent players. So you could take a look at his threes. His threes, he's gone over in 6 out of the last 8 games, and these Sixers are giving up the 3rd most threes to the shooting guard position. So I don't hate it, just the way he can get hot and just knock down shots. Anthony Simons, take a look at him. And then Jaylen Brown is pretty much their offense right now. And then Derek White would get hot sometimes. Peyton Pritchard would get hot sometimes. But Jaylen Brown has taken 20 or more shots in the last 4 games. I think bumping his down to 25 plus makes it a solid leg for a parlay, for like parlays and stuff like that. When we're just trying to get even money, I prefer 2 legs. I rarely ever go 3 legs. So I think that's a good 1 leg to add on to something else for a decent parlay. So Jaylen Brown, all that volume, just like Michael Porter Jr., you want the guys taking a lot of volume. And then for the Sixers, the Celtics are very weak against the center position. They don't have many centers that can keep up with someone like Joel Embiid and his talent. Joel Embiid's minutes restriction looks like is at 25 minutes, and he's still playing there. So for him, for 20 plus, he keeps hitting this line. He's done it in 5 straight games, even with the minutes restriction. It scares me because he's hitting it at 20, but the matchup is very good. The Celtics are giving up the 9th most points to the center position. I did try and point out his first quarter points last time around, and he only got 2 points, and then he ended up with like 28. Other than that, the Celtics have really good defenders on the perimeter. So Maxey, he's going to take a lot of shots. He's probably going to play pretty well. So I think Embiid's definitely the go-to here. The minute restriction is the only thing that's a little worrisome. But as far as the lean goes, the Celtics I feel like are better at home. Going to be on the road here, and these Sixers have just too much firepower. So I'm going to lean the Sixers. And I know I'm taking a lot of favorites, but that is halfway. So if you guys could, please like the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, please leave a comment for the algorithm. You just put a W there. That helps get the video out there for more people to see. And also, I just want to shout out the app Sleeper. If you haven't tried out Sleeper, Sleeper is right up there with PrizePicks and Underdog. Promo code FINDAROUND11 will get you a match up to $100, 100% match. If you just want to try it out, you can put in $10. That's the minimum, and just do their profit boost and all that stuff. Get their free picks and everything. I believe when you sign up, you get a free $20 entry. So that's also cool. Just check out Sleeper if you have not. I'll put a link in the pinned comment, and there will also be a link in the description. I'll take you straight there. And like I said, promo code's FINDAROUND11. The next one is the Warriors versus Thunder. Thunder 7.5-point favorites, and the Warriors looks like they will have Steph Curry back. The Thunder will not have Lou Dort or Aaron Wiggins. Warriors are 5-5 against the spread in the last 10. The Thunder are 6-4 against the spread in the last 10. Both these teams are very tough defensively. This should be a just tough, hard-fought, grinded-out matchup. A lot of free throws being taken. So I'm going to take a look at Shea, and when I pulled up Shea's numbers, it looked kind of weird. So many 30-point games. So I like him for 30 points because all those 30s, just like literally 30, 30, 30, a lot of those are just blowouts, and he's getting 30 and then he's sitting. It's like he just has to get the 30 and then like he's good for the day. But I think this one's going to be a lot more competitive, and he's going to get those free throws, going to, take a lot more shots. And I don't think we're going to have a blowout here. So the Warriors are actually giving up the 5th most points to the point guard position, even though they're a top 10 defense overall. So Shea does have a good matchup here. And then last year versus the Warriors, he did have 24, 35, and then 52. And then on the Warriors side, with Curry coming back, I don't know how they're going to play his minutes or anything like that. He could be a full go and everything, but a lot of the other Warriors players just aren't very consistent. So I'm not going to point out any of their props. This matchup is just too tough. But I do think that this is going to be a close game, and all 3 matchups last year were close. So I'm going to lean the Warriors with the points on the road against the Thunder to make them sweat a little bit. And this next one, I'm going to go through this one pretty quickly. So this is the Pacers at the Jazz. Pacers are 1.5-point favorites. Jazz will be on a back-to-back. Andrew Nembhard is returning, and TJ McConnell is close to a return. So we'll see if TJ McConnell plays, but we know Andrew Nembhard will be there. The Jazz, they could have some new injury management news that comes out throughout the day. Right now, they just got done playing, but the lines are not out. So what I would look for is Andrew Nembhard assist. Jazz give up the 4th most assist overall because they don't really have that distributor, or they haven't had that distributor. So I'm going to lean the Pacers versus the Jazz, with the Jazz on the back-to-back and the Pacers starting to get a little bit more healthy. And this last one is the Nuggets versus the Kings. Nuggets are 8.5-point favorites. Nuggets, Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray are probable. Kings, Domantas Sabonis is questionable. Nuggets are 6-3 against the spread. Kings are 4-6 against the spread. The Kings recently played the Nuggets. They lost 130-124. That was in Denver. Domantas Sabonis did play in that one. Prop that kind of jumped out to me in a good matchup is Dennis Schroeder over his assist. He's hit this in 7 out of the last 10 games this year. And he had 9 versus Denver in their last matchup. Denver's giving up the 10th most assists to point guards. And even last year when he faced them at 14 assists and 7 assists, that was with a different team. But the last 5 point guards that have faced Denver have all hit their assist line. So very good matchup for Dennis Schroeder. And then for the Nuggets, they're really good spreading their scoring around with Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Christian Brown. All those guys are getting involved, and even Jokic has his big game every once in a while. Looking at the props, one that popped out to me was Jokic first quarter assists. So starting off the year, he was playing around 8 minutes in the first quarter, but recently he's been playing the entire first quarter. So his first quarter assist, he's hit this in 6 out of the last 8 games, and he's playing the entire quarter. He played the entire quarter versus the Kings last time around, and the Kings are giving up the 6th most assists overall. So Jokic had 5 against them, ended up with 14, I believe, in that game. So you could look at assist alone if you don't like first quarter props, but I do think this is a good opportunity for him, especially with a game that could potentially be a blowout if Domantas Sabonis doesn't play. I definitely think it could be a blowout, but my lean right now, if Domantas Sabonis plays, is going to be the Kings at home with 8.5 points to keep it close, just like they did last time. And that is only if Domantas Sabonis is there. That is 6 games. I'm going to get this one edited and get it out to you all. If you like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You hop on in there. You can talk about basketball, football, all that good stuff. And then as far as the recap goes, the spreads, I believe, were on the leans. I believe they were like 5-4 or 4-5. I'm not sure how that last game is going to end. And then as far as the props go, I haven't really kept track. I did put a lot of them in the video. I do know some were pretty easy that hit, like De'Aaron Fox. Points, I said that's going to be the second lowest points line we ever see for him. Jared Allen, first quarter points. Someone came back to me and said they went in on that one and they won a lot of money on that read. So there's definitely some good stuff in there. I saw someone commented the Deni Avdija 20 points, Jeremy Grant 15 points parlay that I pointed out before. I put it in the pinned comment. If you had played that, just Deni Avdija 20 points, Jeremy Grant 15, which was plus money still, that would have hit 9 times out of 10 this year. So you can just keep on playing that one and just keep cashing. That would be you'd be way up in the green on that one. So there's a lot of stuff. These videos are completely different than what I've done in the past. It's more of an analysis for a more intelligent, matured audience like you guys. So I'm glad you guys enjoy it, and I'm going to get this one edited and get it out to you all. Also, do check out a video that I posted. I've started to do some commentary on some news and rumors out there, and also just look over some highlights that I think are funny and talk through them. So you can definitely check those out. But I've said it 2 times already. I get to set it and get it out to you all. God bless you. It's fun around. My name is Jordan. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.